So, Rush versus Shreekz is Group B in the same group as Urbane Olive and Strixel. And I believe Protocam will probably be doing Strixel versus Olive, casting that. So, going to be looking forward to that.
Excellent. So the winner of this one goes up to face whoever of those won, and both of those are pretty good players, so...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Urbane especially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a monster. He's definitely top beginner for sure.
Yeah. The only reason I think he is in beginner personally is because of the lack of tournament experience. That's it. That's
Fair
the only
enough.
reason I can say that.
And he's about to have that fixed.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Rush up here, longtime player, off and on, in the green, and Shreekz, relatively new player, but getting plenty of games in and some coaching. So we'll see what he can pull out here.
Very standard deck from both players.
Oh yeah. So let me ask Tatanka. Obviously, there's only one unit different in these decks. Which is better? Objectively better.
For this deck, I think it's the MG.
Damn. Okay. Okay. And why is that?
Because when you use the mines, you want to get kind of tricky usually, or you want to... It just feels like if you're going for a standard, very standard deck, an MG is going to be more reliable, whereas if you're going for a more of a cheesy or swingy deck, mines can be a good tool to even out the
weirdness.
The lack of standard like fighting power that you can have at any time.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'll buy it. Now, I will say, having said that, they're both very good. So
yeah,
let's see how they.
Decks are quite good.
Let's see how they use them.
If you want to have one single structure, these two are the two best by far.
Rush going for like single farm Warren, single Warren expand, and then going into the more Warrens, while Shreekz is just exclusively going into Warrens right now. Rush is slapping mines right in front of Shreek's face.
And it looks like Shreekz is going to get some value picking those off at least. I think he saw all four.
I think he did.
Now this could have been to potentially snipe some pigs, but two mines isn't enough to snipe a pig anymore.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah, that's true. And also I think Rush was a little bit nervous about being pressured by his early expand, and the mines might have been thrown down as kind of like, don't attack me yet, which worked. Rush is now safe on 2 farms.
I will say, 2 mines is enough because it's 18 pigs have 18 health, 10 single target. So 2 is enough.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe that's what that was for. Interesting. Now, a couple of things I want to comment here for Shreekz. I think it was definitely a decision to go for the forward base as opposed to a side base. Both are good. The turret here I think is unnecessary. If you scout and your opponent is farming up and only has like 3 Warrens, the turret is you don't need it. You actually have a superior army already, so you may as well get more Warrens or more food instead. Unless you want to sell your squirrels and no longer have the army lead and stick with the turret for defense. So that's a comment there. But both sides are ecoing up here up to 3 farms in their expansion. Oh, nice. The mine does go off. And both sides are also getting into some tech.
Oh my gosh, if the AoE of that mine killed that farm, that would have been so unfortunate.
That would have been.
It was like a sliver of health when that mine hit.
All right, Shreekz here selling the MG. I like that. You know, if you really know you don't need it, just go ahead and sell it, you know, when you needed to pay for a pig or a cam or something. So that is a good sign. And Rush going for the boar on a 1.5 base kind of boar timing here.
Yeah, Shreek's behind on tech right now.
Yep, but it's definitely still playable from this situation. If he scouts the boar, he can drop his own, or he can drop a bunch of falcons or something. And Shreekz is a little bit ahead on eco at the moment, so definitely some counterplay. But he's got to see the boar, so he can know what to do against it.
Yeah, he has not seen the boar yet.
Yeah, and against this boar, I guess what he would really want is more falcons.
Yeah, that's what I'd say for sure.
That's definitely the answer here.
You got 2 cams to keep the boar off of you, and then the 4 falcons to gun it down. And that's, he does see it. Excellent. So let's see what his reaction is going to be. I do kind of like, this is not a move that a lot of people do, but he's diversifying his expansion, like his eco onto 2 different expansions. So if that forward one goes down, he still has something.
Against the board push, this is going to be very useful.
Exactly.
Because that base is now a liability.
Like,
the forward
I don't
one.
agree with the boar this late, but I do like the other responses from him.
Yep, more Falcons is good.
I don't agree with selling the cams. He should have sold some squirrels, I'd say.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Juggling the army composition, kind of selling and rebuying and shuffling your comp is definitely one of the key components of Tooth and Tail, just at its core. So it's tough to make the good call, but I think what he's going for here is a boar to tank and the Falcons to DPS, which is a good combo.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
He would need some MGs just to buffer for the push that's
so
gonna
his
That
boar
boar's out.
is supply blocked, so he's gonna need to drop some MGs to just hold this initial push, I think. So it looks like he's trying to. Okay, there we go. Paid for the boar now. He can try to place an MG, maybe.
Oh, Rush isn't pushing.
No, it looks like Rush might think he's ahead on eco, which means he's scared of eco. So I don't.
Has he scouted the high ground base?
No. And
Oh, damn.
not knowing about that, Rush might just be playing defense boar, which actually gives Shreekz a way back into this game because he gets to have his own boar up.
Yeah. Plus, he can go back into cams.
Yeah, which would be excellent. I do recommend some a second boar. Okay.
Double boar?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that is 200 health.
Well, let me say this: 2 boars at the same time in the same army at the same space is not good, because their AOE does not stack and their boar bomb.
Oh, but if you can space them out,
yes, if you can
they're
space
all of
them
a sudden
out,
amazing again.
and that's
you can have a boar bomb followed by...
That's either with micro or with just having one boar going and attacking, and then having the other boar. Okay, 3 is a bit
Third
overkill.
boar.
Third, this is a little absurd.
I would say
I like it. I love this.
it's fun. I would say some more cams would be nice instead, maybe.
I agree.
But
It's fun though.
yeah, we'll see.
You know what they say? The second boar is the most deadly one. So what if you just have the second boar
Already?
right away?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What if you already have one?
Exactly. 2 boars isn't too terrible. Now here's the thing. We're getting pretty farmed up on all the bases. There's only 2 farms left for Shreekz and 2 farms left for Rush. So if this game goes long, there's one base that is going to be extremely important, and that's Rush's over here. So late game, Rush gets an advantage on this map, and Shreekz is going to have to go attack.
The important thing to note here is whoever gets more Falcons is going to have a huge advantage, because in these army comps, the Falcons are there to be the scaling unit that you never stop building. Like,
yes.
Getting
so just
30
like...
Falcons, getting 30 Falcons is better than having 29. Like, there's no limit to how many Falcons you want. So just get more Falcons.
And that's related to what I was saying about the boars earlier. Boars don't stack or scale well. Like 3 boars isn't any better than 2, really. It's not much better than 2.
Yeah,
but
the
12
flame
Falcons
doesn't
is
stack
insanely
even.
better than 10 or 8.
I will say,
Yes.
I do realize that the cams aren't gonna.
Oh,
do
here we
too
go.
well
Hang on,
because the
hang
boar
on.
bomb.
Oh, double boar.
Double boar. If
Oh,
one
on
of
the
them goes
cams.
off first, that will be good, because one boar and the other boar is doing fine.
What they really need to do.
Oh, he's
they really
going
need to
for
do
the
is focus
base.
the other. They need to focus each other's Falcons down.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
Rush has Falcons left over and Shreekz does not, so there was some better targeting going on there for Rush. He was targeting Shreek's Falcons, which are the real DPS. The boar is a tank and a suicide thing, but having said that, Shreekz does have some Falcons back up already, and I think if he just sells one of his boars...
He already has.
Yeah, he sold one. He's down to he's
there we
back
go.
down to 1.
There we go, alright. Now, Rush did lose a couple of farms in that fight, and there has been no counter damage, so...
That one MG might have intimidated Rush into not attacking.
Which is quite funny.
MGs do be like that. Here we go, another fight. The boar's not ready yet for Shreekz. He's got to wait for his boar.
You gotta engage and focus the Falcons. But yeah, you gotta wait for the boar and then focus the Falcons.
Yes.
Because
Shreekz actually
does have more Falcons.
Exactly. He's got a bigger Falcon count. He is getting into a couple of cams here. So the only thing Rush really has going for him, besides tempo at the second, is the cam count and potentially micro experience. Here goes. Rush is gone, so Shreekz picks off a couple.
Very nice for Shreekz.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. Yeah, for sure.
I'd say this is a really solid game for a couple of beginners for sure.
I will say, his pigeon count is a little high, I'd say. I think 12 is a little absurd, but I
could
don't
see it.
entirely hate it.
I mean, they're not all gonna target the same unit.
Yeah, of course,
It's
but
gonna even out.
Falcon Pigeon is an underutilized comp for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer more pigeons over more squirrels, that's for sure.
Yes.
yeah, well, yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, Rush trying to bait a fight here. 2 boars for Rush this
Here
time.
they come.
1 boar goes off.
Oh, the
Another
boar.
boar. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the Falcons.
Okay, this time Shreekz actually
Falcons
targeted
for
the Falcons. And now he
all
needs
the
to...
cams are irrelevant. The boar is irrelevant.
The boar is completely irrelevant. It's going to go off.
the
Shreekz
cams.
is getting so much
cams.
value.
Shreeks need to focus the squirrels down.
Yeah, he can't go for the mill. He can't go for the mill. The Falcons are the #1 priority, even
Yes.
now. But then, yeah, you can just kind of try to use the pigeons to keep the Falcons safe. But no, they get cleaned up again.
Oh, man.
But that was
so,
a good fight for Shreekz. But now, Rush still has those 6 cams.
I would say Shreek's got to sell that extra boar here one more time. There he goes. Yep. So that was a much better fight for Shreek's, as you said. Unfortunately, Rush has a little extra eco
Yeah.
right now, so he's going to be able to come back. And that final hold. He's got so many cams right now. Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, that's so many cams.
That's
is gonna
terrifying.
Burst down this mill.
Yeah. What's gonna save Shreekz is gonna be air superiority, but it doesn't have the time.
Yeah, not yet. In a minute, he'll have more Falcons, but for right now, Rush is good. And Rush has a boar on the way, so I think Rush was just too far ahead.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, that was a much better fight, that second one for Shreekz. That was very well managed.
For sure. But he overstayed his welcome a little bit.
To be honest, I kind of missed exactly the details of what happened in that fight, since I was just in awe of boar bomb, like 3 in a row, just 1, 2, 3. It was kind of great.
3 boar bombs.
It was quite satisfying.
Yeah.
to see.
Now, unfortunately, Rush has a huge eco, and Shreekz is about out, and Rush has the air superiority and so many cams. So,
You know, this game is over.
yep.
Yeah. Rush is gonna institute a no-fly zone over this map.
Yeah, this was a solid match between these two.
Yeah.
And like I said, Rush has been playing this game for quite a long time. Not consistently enough to really get up to intermediate necessarily, but he's got a lot of experience under his belt, and I think Shreekz played some really solid macro game here against him.
Heck yeah. He's definitely doing a lot better than he gives himself credit for. That's for sure.
Well, I'm seeing improvement is what. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
The thing with the Shreekz lately, just obviously that mindset and just how he's been, like, his mental state lately. So, but he.
Yeah, you
That was a very good game for Shreekz.
you gotta take that fight here at the. I mean, Rush. Look at how much further ahead Rush was in army, and still they traded down, and Shreekz was on top of Warren's getting damage done. So take that fight. Remember that part. Keep it. You know.
Yes.
Do that again.
Yes, more of that.
All right.
You'll be well on your way.
Let's see game 2 here. Rush in the lead, 1-0 in this best of 3. Like you guys said, best of 3 is just brutal, brief, and spicy. And here he is, Shreekz. Oh, wait. Shreekz in the red. Rush in the green. Oh my gosh, these guys switched colors on me. Okay.
They didn't.
Oh,
They
no,
did
I
not.
I messed
Rush
it
is
up the
still
first time.
You're
Okay.
just wrong.
I was just wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Colors should be
Very
correct
s-
now.
Speaking of spicy, look at Shreek's deck.
That is spicy.
It's very spicy.
very spicy.
I'll say the last deck he had was very meta, very solid. This deck, woofda. First of all, running Pure Lizard is
Woofda.
super risky for... unless you know exactly what you're doing. Even for top-level players, Pure Lizard is super risky. But you've got some MGs, you've got some cams, you've got some counterplay here.
Yeah, the issue with Shreek's deck that I see immediately, which is kind of related to last game, is that he doesn't have a good answer to Boar Falcon.
Yeah.
Right. That's fair. If Rush gets up Boar Falcon, Shreekz is going to be as dead as he was before. The only anti-air he has is Lizards and MGs, which is not enough to deal with Falcons. in
No.
large numbers.
When
Now,
there's a boar.
he's doing a 6-farm triple rush, which is very unconventional, but the timings
Very.
work out. The amount of food for a 6-farm triple actually, it's legit. It's wonky, but it's
Okay.
legit.
Oh,
So
but Rush is gonna have the correct response with a 7-farm
triple, yes,
triple warren with mines.
with mine. So Rush saw it, and he's completely ready to hold it. I don't hate it from Rush, from Shriek, excuse me. I think that was pretty solid. But if you see the mines and you see the warrens, you just back up and farm up. And
Alright, yeah, it's good that Shreekz is farming up now instead of committing, because that would be suicide.
yes,
Yeah, very much so.
yeah, a very mature decision to just play it safe here. Because at the moment, I mean, Rush has like the tiniest of advantages, but really not much. It's pretty even.
Yeah, it's the disciplined decisions to like not attack or to win a fight and then not keep going.
Yeah.
Or to just take a step back and chill a bit
Yeah.
that are seldom appreciated the way they should be.
And here we are, going to appreciate them as they should be. That was a very good call from Shreekz. Now, having said that, Rush does have a tiny bit of an edge. If we look at the income graph, there was a moment where Rush had maybe like 10 food or something. So let's see what Rush wants to do here. Also, Pure Squirrel, while it loses to Pure Lizard in an open fight, defensively, Rush is totally fine. So he could easily tech up or eco up. Looks like he's going for some tech. Shriek's grabbing an extra base, and he's floating food. Let's see what he wants to do with it. Farms or cams, I like it.
I do like that.
Yeah, this is shaping up very well for Shreekz.
Yeah.
Getting those farms and matching the tech.
Now he's got to be careful here. I like this is what you got to do with lizards, is run around, but
Ooh, but mines are ready.
exactly, Rush is ready for it with the mines, so this is going to get shut down. Ooh, okay. You know, I'm a fan of this
Oh, that's nice.
campfire.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
it's very
that's-
sneaky. I like it.
That is very good in case of a base race.
It's good in case
Oh,
of a
yeah.
base race. You know, you can never turn down extra eco. Also, just having vision of that side of the map is not nothing.
Well, yeah, but the extra eco, he could just grab a farm. But the
That's true. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
But-
base race aspect is very important. When you have kind of a donut map like this, or semi-donut.
Yeah, there's multiple attack
lizards.
paths. So if you get attacked and you think you're going to lose the fight, or your lizards are already out on the map, just go kill his bases instead of engaging with his army. And the lizards are like the base trade unit, you know, so.
Yeah, and a big detriment to people trying to base race or having someone base race them is the indecision. Like the split second where you can't decide on what to do. And now, okay.
Holy shit,
yeah,
okay.
now Shreekz is always going to be, like, he knows.
So if that already goes up, he's got to be careful here. It's hard to.
Oh,
Hard...
no, no,
oh,
no,
he
no.
gets it! He gets
Oh,
it!
he gets it, he gets it.
He gets it! Holy shit! But this already's
Oh,
got to
now
sell.
he has to fight. He has to
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, he has to run back. He can't take this fight.
No, he can't take the fight.
It was a good decision to sell the Artie for sure, but both camps
Both
survive.
and all the squirrels.
Yeah.
Gosh.
We're seeing a lot of good decisions from Shreekz here, but one.
Okay, the MGs are good.
Yes.
I
He-
do 100% respect that.
That third
Don't
M.
respect that one.
Yeah, this one's no good. You just want 2 here. Now,
I mean, that's only good if you can kite back into your base. In which case, that would suddenly be useful, but no.
Now, the minute he realizes Rush is not actually punishing, he sells the MGs. He should sell this one as well, but that's fine. He's really trying to get this Artie up. And what I would
Yeah,
say,
he
you're
needs
floating a lot of
MGs.
food. Put
Yeah,
MGs
he
like
needs
there,
MGs.
there. Yeah. Surround it with MGs. There's one. Let's see. I think Rush should be able to shut this down, though.
Yes.
He's targeting the Artie.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
That's
ideas again.
brutal.
So
Oh, again,
he's
he is
redeemed
floating
hydrate.
food. Yes. Go hydrate.
Oh my God.
I am not gonna
Float.
point out. I'm not gonna point out the fact that Vagpie just made you wet.
Shut up. I love that. Okay.
Gross.
All right, back to the game here.
The game.
Shreekz is trying to set up this forward position, starting with MGs this time, so it's a little more solid. I don't mind. That's kind of one way to play ferrets, right? Is set up a forward position and start being annoying. But
Yeah.
Rush has a huge eco. He got his second farm fully farmed up in all of that time, and now he just has Squirrel Falcon Cam just with more numbers, and he's going to be
Up
able
on
to.
everything.
Yeah,
Tech, eco, and he's just gonna curb stomp.
yeah. The story of that game, I think, was while Shreekz was trying to set up this forward stuff, Rush was investing into economy.
Yeah,
and so
his
he really
float was what made him lose. He was floating like 300 food for like a minute. And that is not great.
Yeah, and here is where this base is good for a base trade. If you throw it, if you have a bunch of lizards, you can use the fact that Rush doesn't know about this campfire to go kill Rush's bases while he's gone. But unfortunately, lost the lizards, so it's going to take a moment for Rush to find these turrets and kill him. There's just no eco for Shreekz.
Yeah, Shreekz is kind of stalling. If only MGs could walk.
Yeah. Also, unfortunately, that last campfire will eventually just time out and he'll starve out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But Rush hasn't seen it still.
So I think the moment with the Artie there, the forward Artie, you gotta surround it with MGs or something to really get it up, because it's a bit greedy to go with for an Artie like that. But to get it to work, again, if you surround it with MGs and you really hold it hard and get it up, then you've got a good spot.
Yeah. I know we highly disincentivize fast forwarding in tournament games.
Nah, it's fine. I gotta show the toad here.
However, there
I
are
will
always
say
exceptions.
I will say this game is over, but let's just have the toad cast judgment upon Rush for not ending the game right now.
The toad is displeased.
Indeed.
Shreek's pulling a Rush, ironically, and just
that's true. Very funny.
All right. Yeah, I mean, this is enough. Rush has enough cams and squirrels that he should be able, like, even without the falcons and the boar or whatever, just 8 cams and 15 squirrels should easily be able to clean up this amount of MGs if you engage from one side. If you engage flat on, then you might have a hard time, but if you go from the left here, you pick off one at a time, you'd be fine.
And then the boar
I can count on one hand the number of things 8 cams have trouble with. And it's not this.
It's definitely not this.
I would say it's Mass Falcon, right? By themselves.
Yeah.
Look at Shreekz with the sneaky base here. I don't think Rush sees that. No, Rush has no idea, otherwise he would have shut it down already. That's funny.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
He sees it.
He's doing the comeback of the century.
Well, if Rush didn't have this base right here, then Shreekz could technically take it down to a low eco starve weird game where he runs around trying to base trade.
No.
But Rush has an extra base. He's fine.
Overall, for this series, though, valiant effort. I hope we get to see more of Shreekz.
Yeah, again, I think there's a lot of good things I'm seeing in his play now that I wasn't before. So take the good stuff from this. The opening was good. The early mid game was solid. There was a lot of good stuff. But Rush is just more experienced player.
You do not need 2 boars to kill 8 or 6 MGs.
All right, I am going to fast forward through this.
Because Shreekz is just going to starve.
Yeah, unfortunately, there it is. Starving, sent to the kitchens. And GG. Rush goes on to the winner's match, 2-0. And Shreekz goes on to play... Studios, who are the opponents here? Do you know? Or we don't know yet?
It's going to be the loser of Urbane versus Strixel. So
for Shreekz, and the winner of Urbane versus Strixel for Rush. Okay.